welcome back to my channel. I feel like this time of year everyone is really struggling to get through the colder months, to navigate this new year, to get going with routines, to just be consistent and get their mojo back while we're in the winter. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been feeling it. I've lost my sparkle and my soul is just not as vibrant as it usually is. I thought let's do a video where we try healing my soul and getting my sparkle back, because I feel like this is something we can all do. This is easy little fixes to just try and make us feel a bit better. I'm just going to spend a few hours this evening doing this, and it's important that we put time aside to actually look after ourselves rather than just sticking a face mask on and hoping that fixes all our problems, because life doesn't work like that. I've made a hazelnut hot chocolate, which I am so excited. I just need to let it cool down a little bit. Something that really calms my mind down is scrapbooking. I can't say I've ever really scrapbooked before until this year. I picked this journal up and I've just been filling in some of the pages. I've done 25 books in 2025, done like a January roundup, little solo trip roundup that I did, my 2025 bingo card. I've just been doing little pages just to try and kind of get lost in my creative self. I saw this picture on Pinterest and I really wanted to recreate it. Routine is something I lack in my life anyway. I'm freelance, I'm self-employed, and I'm not very disciplined. I felt like creating a cute, almost infographic in my scrapbook would be a good place to start. Another time I want to do like a physical vision board, because I have it on my iPad. I work better when like I physically see things and physically take the action compared to seeing it on a screen. I know for me that will be kind of like a form of mindfulness manifestation. But we're gonna do a morning and an evening routine. And this is my little arts and crafts bag. It's my little pencil case. I've bought so many stickers. I've got loads of like different pastel papers. I just thought this is a nice way to start it off, just kind of mindlessly getting lost in something creative. I went to the gym earlier on in the day. I randomly get a burst of energy about 3 p.m. So as much as I try and plan to wake up and go to the gym straight away, it doesn't really work for me. And you have to do what works for you. Just because it works for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. I could make myself be a morning gym person, but at the minute it works for me to go when I do go. And I feel like I really want to benefit mentally from exercise in comparison to physically, like when I'm not trying to necessarily build any muscle or lose loads of weight and like to just walk on the treadmill and have my Kindle and read my book, because that for me is winding down time, but I'm still getting my steps up. I'm still leaving the house. I'm socialising because I see the people I see at the gym all the time. If the Stairmaster's free, then I go on the Stairmaster, which today luckily it was. As much as I love Pilates, if I'm wanting to mentally benefit and switch off from life, then yoga is definitely the way I like to go forward. This is not sponsored at all. I wish it was, because I've literally been recommending this to every single person I know. Download ClassPass. It's an app and your first month is £1. You get 52 credits to try out all these different exercise classes near you. So I've been going to the most gorgeous Pilates and yoga studios in London and near me. I paid £1, as long as you cancel it obviously before the trial was over. I've just been discovering like different types of exercise that I really like, and that's really helped kind of ignite this little spark again for exercise and taking care of myself. I just find that I'm in my head so much, so once I've found things that get me out of my head, it is incredible. It's so hard to get my brain to shut off and stop talking to myself. Do you know what I mean? My brain speaks to itself literally constantly. When I find that I'm in the flow of reading my book on the stairs or doing a yoga class, like it's just nice for it all to just be quiet quiet for a little bit. I find as well, don't underestimate just getting outside, going for a walk, sticking on a self-help wellness podcast. Especially in England, it's been so dark and grey and rainy. But even if it's really cold, sometimes when the sun's out, just having the sun, I can physically feel it on my eyes when my eyes haven't seen sunlight for a long time, and it just instantly makes me feel better. So I definitely recommend that. Okay, moving on to another part. This is similar but different. So this is journaling, but in terms of physically writing and journaling. If you've been following some of my previous videos, I'm filling out the Artist's Way, and it's basically a 12-week guide, workbook, course type of thing to help you uncover your best creative self. Part of this is doing your morning pages, which is 3 pages as soon as you wake up every single morning. And I'm quite like a deep, sensitive, like emotional person, but I don't necessarily feel like that in the morning. So although I can feel some of the rewards of jotting down 3 pages of all of my thoughts in the morning so that I'm just starting each day fresh, I feel like I need to journal on top of that, in terms of like write about my day, write about how I'm feeling, because in the morning I'm just not in that headspace. We're gonna do some journaling. Got my candles on, got my journal out, and I'm ready to just unload this head because there's been so much spinning around it constantly. Never underestimate how powerful it is to just get it out of your head and onto a piece of paper. I feel like I hold so many of my emotions in that I always have this like built up anger after I journal, and I just feel the need to like scribble this page and rip it up and throw it away. If that's what you need to do, do it. No one's gonna read this, no one's gonna see it. It's literally just to try and make you feel better, and surely it's better to take those emotions out on the page rather than on someone in your life. This hot chocolate is so good. I've recently got into matcha, and I'm setting up kind of like a drinks station in my kitchen, so I'm gonna do that on my TikTok. So if you wanna come along for the journey, then make sure to follow my TikTok. I've made a print that I'm gonna print off for it. I've ordered like syrup bottles, cute cups for it. I'm so excited. Why have I started talking about that when I should be calm zen writing in my journal? Do you know what I mean? This is my current journal, and I was doing so well with writing in it, and then I started my Artist's Way, so this kind of dropped off. So the last time I journaled in here was the 31st of the 1st, so end of Jan. So we're gonna start fresh, although it's literally 2/3 of the way through February. I just talk about absolutely anything and everything. I just love journaling so much. I feel as well it's so nice to kind of, you don't have to read back your old journals, but I personally like flicking through them occasionally just to see how far I've come, how I'm actually feeling compared to how I was feeling, just to see kind of what was happening at that stage in my life. Detach from reality and just get lost in a story, or just get lost in something that isn't my current reality, is reading. If you know me, you know I am a bookworm. I kind of always have been. When I was younger and we would go on family holidays, I could have to pick 4 books up in the airport because I just would read through them so quickly. I feel like within the last year and a half, I've really got into reading. At the start, it was all just Colleen Hoover books, whereas now I'm kind of branching out, trying different authors. I'm currently reading the Legacy of Gods series, and I'm on the 3rd one in like a week, which for me is crazy because I really don't read that quickly. But when it comes to these books, I haven't been able to put them down like at all. My screen time on my phone has gone down because I have been reading these books non-stop. I've almost started like a book series on my YouTube where once a month I'm going to be uploading kind of like a monthly wrap up of what I was reading, picking my TBR for the month, updating my 25 books in 2025. So I am trying to steer my channel towards reading content a little bit more. I definitely want to do reading vlogs and stuff like that. A, it will encourage me to read more. B, it's creating my YouTube content at the same time by filming something I already do. Do you know what I mean? This is my bestie. This is my Kindle. I feel like she needs a name. The back of her is looking a bit boring at the minute. So I've got a candle? Yeah, well, a sticker that says manifest that, and physically here, mentally at home with my cat because I am a crazy cat lady. And then I got this little pop socket off of Temu, I think for like £1. She's waking up. I was just hoping it's really not on like a bad page. So I'm 44% of the way through. I'm 255 pages through out of 584. Yeah, reading for me is like my biggest thing. If I'm stressed and overwhelmed and I just feel like I'm overthinking and can't concentrate on what's going on now, and I know that nothing I do is going to be productive anyway, I'd rather spend my time reading, because at least I'm actually enjoying it rather than trying to force myself to concentrate or force myself to feel a certain way. I don't know, reading for me is just like a lovely middle ground. I feel like sometimes it's a chore to journal, even though I know it's so good for me, whereas with reading I don't feel like it's a chore at all. The ones I'm reading at the minute are like my introduction to dark romance, and Emmy Rosen was like if this is your first dark romance book, like don't let this be the first one. But I jumped straight in the deep end with God of Wrath? What's the first one? God of Malice, God of Pain, and currently on God of Wrath. But they're all in my 25 books in 2025. So it doesn't really matter that I'm reading them if I don't finish my February TBR, because I'm doing my 2025 TBR anyway. But if you want to hear more about my reading, then check out my January video all about reading, and then keep your eyes peeled for next Wednesday's upload, which will be my reading planning for March, which I cannot believe it's nearly March. Aries and Pisces come to the front. I can't believe I'll be 23. It's kind of scary. I'm not old enough to be 23. I don't really watch that much TV or that much YouTube, I think, compared to other people, but when I want to switch off and just let my brain chill, I watch a lot of booktube content. So Emmy Rosen, Sarah Caroli, Laura. Recently become obsessed with Madison Kate. Become obsessed with her and her book content. I love the way she edits. I love the way she talks about books. I love the way she films. Just even as like from a content creator perspective, I'm just obsessed with her. Even just watching book content really helps to just chill my mind if I feel like I'm run down and I need just a little bit of peace and quiet. All of our different bits and bobs are done, and all that's left to do is go to bed, which I'm more than happy to do. It's totally okay to not feel 100% yourself at the minute, and I just want you to remember that. These months are not made for us to thrive. I saw a thing that said flowers don't bloom all year round, and neither do you. It's just a reminder that it's okay if you don't. It's a good job I'm ending this video because my camera literally just died. So we're on my phone, briefly. Find the things that work for you. Make life work for you. It doesn't have to matter if it doesn't suit everyone else. Like, life literally just needs to work for you. We're nearly at the end of Feb. It will be spring before you know it. We're getting sunshine again. I'm off to carry on reading my book. Does that make sense? I'm off to read my book and I'm so excited because usually this would be when Love Island's on, but it's finished. So I'm just gonna go wash my face, brush my teeth, and then go to bed. If anyone is struggling at the minute, my DMs are always open. Message me and we can have a little chit chat. If you did enjoy this video, please like, comment and subscribe. Check me out on my other socials because I post on there every single day without fail. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.